they couldn't.
I'm going to, since we're still waiting on, I think Janet's in the attendees.
Okay,
So
good.
I'm promoting Janet now, and then I'm going to put us on YouTube right at the moment, right now. So you'll hear.
Hi, Jane. You're muted, just FYI.
Does anyone mind if this meeting takes an hour?
No.
Or less.
Yeah.
It's not that
Or
much.
less?
45 minutes now.
Sorry,
Okay.
I just full disclosure, guys, I'm traveling this morning. That's why I didn't get to see what happened at town meeting last night, David. And I am pulled over in my car right now in the passenger seat during the meeting. So just if there's slight
This
delays.
is so much devotion to
Yeah,
us.
that's
Thank you.
why. So.
I know, okay. All right, I think we have a quorum. Hi, Kim. Hi, Jane. Hi, Janet. Hi, Amy. Hi, David. We're all here. The gang's all here. How about I call the meeting to order? It is 11:02 on the 14th of October. This is the Southborough Library Board of Trustees. First item of business is review and approve the minutes of September 16th. Do I have suggestions for emendations or corrections?
I have one.
Yes, Janet.
Just down under, it's a sentence missing part of it. Under park project,
Mm-hmm.
the third sentence, it says, to the best of Ryan's knowledge, no remains were found on the library grounds and no further digging will occur on the library grounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
catch. Guess who wrote that sentence?
Okay.
So that was that was me.
I have more.
Go
Okay.
for it.
I was
Yeah.
doing this during town meeting.
Me too. I have some. Yeah.
Okay, under the facade restoration continued. The end of the second sentence, it says, so library director Ryan Donovan provided a written report. I think but it's, you're not saying why, why did we need to go to the CPC meeting, whatever. I guess I just add written report of progress in developing a preservation restriction covering the work funded by the CPC.
Yep, that's easy to put in.
Okay. Another.
Yes, please do it.
I get very thorough during town meetings.
Yes, there's some.
Under it should be appointment or appointing of senior library assistant.
Yeah, appointment, I think.
Okay. And then it says appointing Carol Logan as effective January 22nd, 2022,
23.
or is it some other month than January?
Yeah, that's a mistake. That should be
Oof.
September. I
Oh,
think, right?
That's
Can we do it in September?
okay. Sounds right. And then down under library signage. Okay. It says second sentence, Ryan will provide an update regarding the ARPA funded sign when Kevin Miller. It's either with Kevin Miller or when Kevin Miller does something.
I just crossed the last part of that sentence out.
When Kevin Miller, the new chair.
I
that
just,
part.
yeah, or yeah.
Yeah, I think that works with it crossed out.
Yeah, I just crossed the last part out because it's in progress and it may be other people than.
So after the word sign, we
Yep.
just, okay,
Yeah.
done.
Okay, don't feel guilty, please. Those were all good catches. Anyone else? No? I'm just gonna make the suggestion that Mariana save herself some time and just refer to you as Director Donovan instead of Library Director Ryan Donovan every time.
I actually edit that out. I don't know why. I hate director just the maybe it's the alliteration of it, but we can make that change for the future.
All
I
right, or
think-
just
The director, or
Ryan.
just
if you
Ryan.
want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
either way, but it should
Well,
be
I
this.
kind of just like Ryan, like if you
Mhm.
guys don't mind, I think
Yeah.
I'm stated at the beginning of the meeting. I think
As
I think
Ryan,
people
yeah.
understand it's me. Yeah.
Right. And that's I would just as long as it's the same thing all the way through was the
Yeah, consistent. Yeah.
other emendations. I had a couple in Park Project, the archaeological dig on the St. Mark's neighboring property. I would just say also occurred on designated library grounds, as opposed to just put began, because it literally lasted one day. So I would just say also occurred on designated library grounds. What does designated mean? I would just say occurred on library grounds.
And get
Okay.
rid of began, right? Is that what you're saying, Marguerite?
Yeah, they just dug on, they continued to dig around to the back of the library ground. So I
So
would
take out
just say occurred
designated.
on library grounds.
Mhm.
And then representatives from St. Mark's School, as opposed to did not properly communicate the plans to the library, I would just say did not communicate the
Yeah.
plans to the library. Okay.
That would be more accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
It seemed to, and then I would say something, Ryan reached out to the involved parties to communicate that any future projects must first be communicated to the library director. All right, so that's, and leave out the part about just the rest of it. I just make it a little shorter.
So that he can advise the library board. You want to take that out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will advise you though.
yes,
to let you guys know.
exactly, understood.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it
But
goes
there are
without saying.
there are other reasons besides that one.
Marguerite, the other part on that is to the best of Ryan's knowledge, where, I mean, did he sift through the dirt, or what did somebody tell him?
I think
You know-
I told him.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
the best of his knowledge is kind of,
That was also a
Qualifier.
Ryan. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a Ryan qualifier. A
To
second
the
there.
best
I
of
think
his
we can take
knowledge.
that. I think we can take it out.
All
That's
right,
fine.
it was
Just
simply
say
that
no remains were found.
it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't an official notification. It was hearsay, right?
I
Yeah,
think
so-
the gist of what happened can
All
be
right.
achieved without that
All
part.
right.
That's
So
a good
just
catch,
to
Amy.
say no remains were found.
Have they ever formally notified us?
They're still writing the report, which will take about a month and a half.
Oh, okay.
There was
I
nothing.
think there's
They
been
never-
they haven't, so they didn't, again, there hasn't been a lot of direct communication to the library director on this. So I do know that the select board and I believe the historical commission were both advised that no remains were found. So I've heard it both from select board members and from the chair of historical. So that's my current understanding. That's why I was using phrases like to the best of my knowledge, because it's to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, but I
Ryan
think we
takes
can
the
take that
fifth, right, yeah.
Marguerite, why does it take a month and a half to hear back from St. Mark's?
Well, you are not the only person to ask that question. I think there's, I don't want to get into it here because we're actually not technically, this is not an agenda item, but I
Okay.
think that's a commonly asked question, and I do not have the answer to that.
All right.
I have one
How
more
long would it
little-
take if
I
they'd
have one
actually
more
found
little-
anything?
A long time. It has to be written up, and it has to go to the state mass historical, and anything has to be filed, and they will have to file anything too, but not a bone, not a button, nothing. So no soil disturbance. So we're okay on historical remains, that's for sure. If we can vote to approve, do I have a motion
Could
to
I
approve?
make one more edit? Just
Yes,
under
please.
the paragraph of staff lockers, the
Mhm.
last sentence, the staff is considering potential locations of Eaton.
In Eaton, right, yeah.
something, yeah, as I see on in Eaton, the downstairs kitchen, Eaton, the Eaton room, could we say?
Yes, that sounds good.
I think in the Eaton room sounds good, Jane.
Okay,
And the locations of or including, maybe, or,
locations in,
yeah, of seems weird. but-
yeah, no, just change that to in, I think. Yeah, that'll be better.
All right. Good. Any others? No? Okay, motion to accept as amended.
I'm,
Okay,
Motion.
Amy moves, second.
Second,
Okay, Jane seconds. Trustee Landry, aye. Trustee Ekberg,
Aye,
trustee Yazdani,
aye.
trustee, trustee Davis,
aye,
trustee Maney,
Aye.
trustee Reagan.
Aye.
All right, the minutes are accepted as approved. Number 2 on the agenda is the director's report. Ryan?
So is pretty quick director's report this month. Not really a whole lot to report. The thing about the handicap space I thought was worth noting. I think most of you saw that. I know I saw many of you at Heritage Day. So you guys all kind of saw that the book sale I was financially successful. We do have a lot of inventory. We got a lot of donations at the library for the 2 weeks leading up. We're talking with the friends about doing a December sale. It most likely will coincide with the Santa Day. We've confirmed that's on December 3rd.
Yep.
So I will just say, for those of you who might be available, that's a Saturday, like a Saturday, like the June sale is. So it will be entirely indoors because of the time of year. But if you want to assist with cashiering for that day, there may be volunteer options for that. So you can let me know. It wouldn't be for the whole day. We're going to try to split it up for people.
Okay.
Thank you. I think some of you were very kind in your comments about the CMLA position that I accepted in September. I'm
Right.
going to talk to the Massachusetts library system on Monday about potential collaborations between those groups. I promise it won't get in the way of any of my duties in Southborough. And I don't know. I'm happy to entertain any questions. We did apply for more cultural arts council money, which I thought it was nice that the chair, who's Jen Hansen, reached out to me asking for additional grants, grant projects that they could fund. And then we still have not gotten the little free library installed. We're still kind of figuring out the best way to do that. So I'm working on that with DPW.
Regarding your new position, Ryan, I think it can just enhance your work at our library with connecting with other people and knowing what's going on. So thank you for doing.
Mhm.
I know those kind of jobs are always thankless, but I know you'll do a good job.
Thank
I
you.
agree. Ryan, your note about the CW Mars server upgrade knocking off the self-checkout, how long did that stay out?
So it was down for the better part of a day. Part of it was, so with technology now, there's kind of a who's on first with the ticketing system. I need to figure out if it's a problem with the town's IT, with the CW Mars IT, or the Biblioteca, which is the vendor, having to do responsibility there, or if it's a combination of all of them. So what we found out was this was a Biblioteca issue. We typically don't need them we don't submit tickets from them very often, but there was an actual line of code that they had to change in the software that was on the self-checkout. So I will say, I wrote that it was resolved and it was resolved at the time. And then we did note that the self-checkout got knocked off the next day. We
Mhm.
shut the self-checkout down and restarted it and it seemed to be working correctly, but we're
Mhm.
kind of monitoring this. And then we don't know if this is something, I think that this is now bumped to CW Mars. Like it's something where we have to make sure that the network's connection is maintained. So this, I will say this was kind of there's a lot of things because of the server upgrade that this affected that CW Mars was not anticipating, and self-checkouts at some of the locations that have them were one of one of the casualties, I guess, for lack of a better term. So we're gonna keep an eye on it next week. We're gonna see if it gets knocked off, and then hopefully I don't have to try to do troubleshooting. It took up a big part of, I think, Thursday when I was trying to coordinate between all the groups.
Okay. Did you get any complaints that the self-checkout was down, or did people just go to the desk to?
We put an out of order sign. We didn't get any complaints. I think we just let people know that it was temporary, that we had a ticket pending. I will say we did find a gentleman, because the problem with the server going down for the self-checkout, I'll tell you, is it still looks like it's functioning correctly. That's
no.
kind of the rub, is that you'll scan your card and you'll scan the book and it'll go through. But if the patron's name doesn't appear and the title of the book doesn't appear on the slip, it means that it has not successfully connected to the network. So part of this is a staff workflow thing. We're also going to be periodically testing the self-checkout during the day just to make sure that it's actively functioning. And again, I think that it's a server hiccup issue because of this. If they do a server upgrade in the future, we'll know to double check this.